To the show. This is the Tim Black Show. We cover U.S. politics, breaking news, and black culture. We do that here for the world to see 5 days a week. We're going to soon be going to 4 days a week. I'll let you know. Yeah, because we got to give the content room to breathe. But check it out, guys. So look, what we got going on here is we have what we have. For everybody who's tuning in, new people may come through. I want you to know what you're dealing with, right? First of all, I'm what you call a Democratic Party hater. That doesn't mean I want you to become a Republican. I only go here to inform you with news and not be brought off by any political parties. You know, look, this show is not funded by the Democrats or Republicans. I'm not looking for a check from the Democrats or Republicans. That's not what this is about. All right? What this is about is trying to get out. I want black people to stop giving Democrats their votes like it's a, I don't know, like it's an automatic, you know, like you ain't got to think about it. You know, people read your mind like you think they psychic. Like they got mind control over the black community. That's got to stop. How can we ever barter anything? How can we ever negotiate anything in good faith when the other side already knows, well, I got you in the pocket. Oh, you gonna come over here. What's there to talk about? You're going to be sitting right here. Can't sit with Klan over there. So you got to sit here. No other group has it that way, by the way. Nobody else gets that type of treatment. No other group has their leaders or people that are, they're not really leaders, they're people that are chosen by the Democratic Party and corporate media to put people in front who are toe the line and say that type of shit. So what I'm telling you is there is a, in my mind, there's a strategic, right? It's a strategic mechanism in play. It's a play, right? A scheme, so to speak, where they run this scenario where black people feel like they have no alternative. And we have to break that cycle, right? The only way to negotiate from a power of strength, from a position of strength, is to not be an afterthought. Yeah, if he knows you ain't got no other options, you know what I'm saying? Forget Christmas, birthdays, anniversary. I don't know if that's a good analogy or not, but what I'm saying is people choose you exponentially better when they know there's competition. And all other groups get competition. So that's what I want for you. And that's what I want for us. And that's what we're working towards. So what we're doing right now tonight is we're going to cover some news items. Get your week started right with the Tim Black Show. And I got my people, man. We the Tim Black Wolfpack, these are the members of the crew that are actually paying members. So we got premium VIP members of the show. They're on YouTube and they're on Patreon. My Patreon people, stand up. Yeah, man, I got my Patreon people in the house, man. So check it out, man. If you want content, lots of content, because I put out a lot of content. You want it all in one place. You want first access, first crack at our best interviews. Sometimes exclusives too. Like I just put out an exclusive today. Something that I did on a live stream, put a little dressing on it, put it out as a Patreon only. And yeah, I think it's dope. So those are the type of perks Tim Black's Wolfpack get if you become a Wolfpack member. So to join us at only $5 a month, just starting at $5, but it goes up if you wanted to. Go to jointimblack.com or go to Patreon, Tim's Take Live. That's Patreon, Tim's Take Live. Either one of those addresses will get you there. And of course, you can join on YouTube as well. Y'all feeling good? Yeah, man. Yeah, they feeling good, Tim Black. They in the building. They with family. Man, we've been tearing the roof down, man, and we don't want to stop. I said we've been on a bit of a tear around this joint, and there's no reason to stop it. Let's just keep going. Last bit of business, though, I gotta tell you this, man. This is not a show. It's a conversation. Yeah, man, I'm gonna have some clips and stuff, but really, for real, this is just one brother talking to, you. You know what I'm saying? You, brother, sister, whatever, whoever you are. That's all this is, right? And I want to keep it that way. When you hear you family, all right? And so I'm not going to put on any airs. I'm just going to be myself. We're going to break down this content. We're going to take a look at what's happening in the world. I'm going to give you my honest opinion from my experience of almost 15 years covering politics in this space, having interviewed everything from presidential candidates to Congress people, from producers, directors, musicians, writers, authors. I mean, I've been doing my thing. I have a resume of doing this. And I just woke up one day and realized, man, I just need to build my legacy, man. You know what I'm saying? I need to do something that's going to stand beyond me. And that's going to be fighting for Black Americans, fighting for the working class, people that live paycheck to paycheck, people that live basically, if you lose your job for a month, you don't get a paycheck, you might be on the street. Those are the people I'm fighting for, you know what I'm saying? So if you're among those group, if you're either Black American or you are of the working class, you'll be able to relate to this. I'm a Gen Xer. I was brought up in Prince George's County, Maryland public school system. I don't pretend to be a graduate of Harvard. I went to a little bit of school, got me a little bit of Prince George's County public school, public community college shit, a little bit of Northern Virginia Community College, used to be in IT, and all that is just to let you know. I'm married, I got kids, and now I got grandkids. And I'm a parent all over again, 3 times over. So if that is any relate, if you can relate to that at all, I've had some struggles, had some hard times. I lost my dad 2 years ago. I lost my daughter a little over a year ago, and we're still dealing with all of that. And if any of that resonates with you, then you might be in the right place, because I seen too much, man, to come to you and lie to you for whatever. Would you pay to watch this? Yeah, exactly. So it's no reason for me to put on airs with you about any of this. You know what I'm saying? We got to stand up. And that's what this show is. My little way of standing up and leaving the world a little bit better than when I met it. All right, guys, let's do it. Jump into the content. What's up, Buck Bewley? How we doing on the sound? How we doing, Ebony? Great to have my moderators. What's up to the Tim Black Wolfpack that are in the chat? You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. Share it with somebody. Now's the time to hit the like button. Let the world know you're watching the show. Share it. Because what's on a lot of people's timelines is garbage. And we about to clean it up a little bit right here on the Tim Black Show. Let's go.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
A new Wall Street Journal poll shows Democrats getting their lowest approval number among voters in 35 years, with Republicans outperforming them by nearly 20 points. How big of a red flag should this be for Democrats a year before the midterms? And what can they do to improve their perception among voters?
It's red everywhere, Rev. And it's not just a red flag. This is a blaring red alarm that Democrats should not ignore. And I say that thinking about how angry people are, because Democrats specifically ran on a platform in 2024 about how dangerous Donald Trump is, how he would lead an authoritarian type of regime in this administration, and how he is now acting on that. And Democrats have yet to formulate an explicit, comprehensive response to someone that they identified as a threat. They're not treating him as a threat. There's these attempts to use normal tactics in politics that no longer apply to the playbook or the reality that we're experiencing. And I think it's important for Democrats to listen to this and recalibrate, even including how they treat candidates who do excite voters, who do expand the number of people engaging in elections. And of course, I'm talking about New York City mayoral candidate, the Democratic nominee, Zohran Mamdani. The fact that Democrats have not overwhelmingly endorsed his campaign and then see this type of polling, which show them down, means that they need to reset themselves, not only in responding to Donald Trump, but also in engaging younger candidates who are expanding the base and exciting the public, because that's something that they're going to need critically in 2026.
Next on deck with Tim.
Yeah, let's take a look at what she was saying here, man. I'm kind of confused what she's saying. She's saying that the Democrats basically are so behind that with their own base, that net favorability is with their own people. It's not with the general public, right? Democrats don't like Democrats. Yeah, Democratic voters are not happy with Democratic leadership. They're not happy with the Democratic Party. Now, remember what we're talking about here. Remember, the biggest party in America is no party. Then you got 40% of America, maybe a little less, is Democratic. Then 35% of America is Republican. Yeah, so then we got like 40% independent or non-party affiliated. Something like that. That's sort of the way it shakes out. 35, 30, 30, something like that. It's crazy. But here's the thing. Democrats will never make Republicans happy. We get that. Well, they typically don't. They typically do not make Republicans happy. And Republicans typically don't make Democrats happy. But Democrats used to make Democrats happy. I got to question this whole idea that all they got to do is fight harder. Nah, man, you know what? Sometimes you've been bad so long. You're in a horrible position. And it's time to retool. Yeah, it's time to retool and fire everybody. Yeah, because see, it's not just, oh, you need to go at Trump harder. They shouldn't even be in this situation. Right? They're in a horrific situation. There is nothing they can do except stop talking crazy. Yeah, instead of reaching out and grabbing a social issue and trying to make that something to like hitch their wagon to, they need to just buckle down and be about the business of fighting by legislation for their constituents. I think she's wrong when she says they need to go at Trump different ways. Nah, there's no going at Trump. He won, it's over. Have your candidates not run against Trump. That's dumb. Why would you get on TV and say that? There's nothing to do. Get behind policies that people care about, which will bring voters out if you want a shot. Look, frankly, I don't want you to have a shot, but I'm telling you, that's the only thing that's going to work. And what worked for Mamdani, whatever worked for Zohran, don't mess with the Zohran. What happened there in New York that worked for him there? He might not even win the general because, what's his name? Cuomo's running as an independent. He liable to take that because they just don't want a guy coming in talking about he going, make everything public owned and he going to knock down several institutions and free, not free, free bus. And then they're complaining about a lot of the initiatives that Zohran wants to put in place. So they may get behind. I've seen it happen. It happened in India. I forget her name. India, out in Buffalo, New York. She won. She thought she did great. She kicked the back end of the elite Democrat that was in there, the legacy candidate. And then what did he do? Well, they hated her so much that he ran as an independent or Republican or something, and everybody came out and voted for him and got her up out of there. So it can be done. It might be done. So this idea, just do what Zohran did, nah, because that's not your city. That's New York City. The demographics that he had there allowed him to lean into the Palestinians. That ain't gonna work in my city. I don't know about your city, right? He had a special mix of a lot of demographics he could pull from, and they were already pissed off with the white power structure, but he couldn't get black voters, which I don't understand that, because he was all talking about immigration. So he used immigration against Trump. That won't work unless you're in a city like New York. Right, they may work in LA with Karen Bass. That ain't gonna work in Boise, Idaho. Nah, it's not gonna work. All right, so that's the deal. All right, that's the deal. So the Democrats are up a paddle. Well, they're up a river without a paddle. They put themselves in that position. If you want to ask me, and I hope you do, because that's the only opinion I can give you is my real opinion. Look, fam, the chance to get it doesn't take being elaborate. You ain't got to be all strategic. Just do what the people want you to do. Just go through policies. Damn. Champion policies that put money in people's pocket. Champion policies that make people safer and happier. And get them a shot at the American dream. That's what your job is to do. But see, that seems basic, right? Problem is when you start doing that, we start running like that, all of a sudden, your special interest groups, they get mad. Yeah, people got this kooky idea that only Republicans be taking money from big-time interest, corporate interests. There's a thing in the Democratic Party called corporate Democrats. And they're every bit as Republican as Republicans, except they got a LGBTQ flag in the back of their car or LGBTQ sticker. That's it. That's it. Okay? This notion that the Republicans are the ones that don't care about families and Democrats care about families, not so much. Right? So what could be very simple and very plain, right? And you would think Democrats can't stand Trump, right? Then why are Republicans, if Democrats can't stand Trump, why aren't they rallying behind their party? Because they can't stand their party either. So what does that tell you? It's not all about the politics, is it? Once again, all Democrats got to do, all you got to do, all I got to do. I look at it very basic, man. If I'm your friend, all I got to do is be there, be honest, be real, be there when you need me. Hang out with you, support you. You know what I'm saying? And don't stab you in the back and treat you like I want to be treated. Very basic. These relationships are not difficult, man. People are people, okay? But see, when you're sneaky, when you say one thing and then do another, when you make promises and you don't fulfill them, when you talk slick when you're over there, but when you come over here, you talk different. When we hear you talking behind our back, when you don't pay us back what you owe, we're not friends. When you don't want for me what you want for yourself. See, that's what the Democrats are, man. Their people realized Democrats thought the Democratic Party was the party of the people. No, it's the party of Wall Street, Big Pharma, war. Going at Trump won't change that. All the corporate propagandists in the world ain't gonna change that reality. It's too late. People figured it out. They see beyond the veil. They went behind the curtain and they saw the Wiz. It's this little ass guy with sitting on a bunch of money. While we out here in a hovel, starving. I'm in a fucking hovel. What Danny Aiello say? I'm in a hovel. Rage in Harlem. I'm living in a hovel. Yeah, that's most of Americans living in a hovel. And you know what? One last thing. Sometimes as Black Americans, we be buying in the TV, man. It's a lot of white people living in a hovel. All right? And they mad too. You know what I'm saying? They mad. I'm just gonna put that out there. They pissed off. That's how you get a Trump. From living in a hovel. All right, let me keep going, man. Let me know. Let me know if y'all feel me. Y'all think Hakeem Jeffries understands that people are living in a hovel? You think he understands that? I don't think he understands it, Johnson.
What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
I don't think he gets it. All right, fam, let's keep it moving, man. Comments, man. I got anybody here, man? TV is butt. It is. It's a fantasy, fam. It's a fantasy, you know what I'm saying? Damn. You heard about them finding homeless people. Reggie, tell me that ain't true, man. Reggie, tell me that ain't true, fam. Come on, Reggie, tell me, man. You joking, right? You joking. That's like giving a dog a driving ticket, a ticket for jaywalking. You know what I'm saying? Come on, Johnson. Giving a fish a ticket for swimming. Come on, Johnson. Come on, man. Giving a dog 2 days in the pen for pissing on the side of the road. Come on, Johnson. For pissing on a tree. Come on, Johnson. That's good. That's good. He ain't running again. Good. It's glad you don't like it. That's good. He can't run again. That's good. Only bad thing about it is he ain't on the ballot. I asked you, do you like Trump? Do you like the Democrats? They're on the ballot. Trump is not. He already won. Game over. See, that's the thing. You must be a Democrat. That's the thing with the Democrats. They haven't realized it's over. I'm still, we got these people, man. God bless. Look, God bless their hearts, man. God bless their hearts. They still crying about Kamala losing. They still crying about why Kamala lost. Fam, yo, it's damn near August. And these people still talking about November. It's over. Game over. Look, the arcade is closed. Circus City is gone. Okay? There's no more Blockbuster video rental. Okay? It's over, man. Wake up! Reboot the system. Reboot. It's over. You know how long Trump been around? I saw a video, Mike Tyson in his 20s about to destroy Larry Holmes, and Ali walks up and whispers in his ear, "Get him, Mike." Mike was like, huh? See, Larry Holmes put a beating on Ali that was unnecessary at the twilight of Ali's career. Some say it's part of what gave him that Parkinson's. And Ali was telling Mike Tyson, go out there and handle business. Give Larry Holmes some of that right there, Fred. So Mike Tyson goes out. He knocked out Larry Holmes like 4 times, man. Beat the brakes off Larry Holmes. At the end of the fight, you see it's all these stars in the crowd. Trump sitting there next to Ali. That's how old Trump is. That's how long Trump been here. Listen. Tyson is retired. Ali is gone. Larry Holmes, I do believe he's gone. I have no idea. Democrats need to let go of worrying about Trump. Worry about your constituents. Worry about the voters. Don't worry about Trump. Stop trying to cheat and bring in new voters. Love the one you're with. Love the one you're with. All right, guys, let's keep it moving, man. All right, let's keep it moving. Hit the like button if you like this content. Let the algorithm know this is not a regular news show, man. Stay on your pivot. Stay on your pivot. 10 toes down, big ant. Shout out to the brother over there, Urban Politics, man. Like the energy, man. That's what's up. All right. Yeah, let's go. Next up.
Tim Black.
Not only is she stupid, but she's also disgusting, right? I mean, Candace Owens has got to be one of the most disgusting folks who ever gets airplay on any major network in
and
this
this
country.
is actually not even the worst of Candace Owens.
She's an anti-Semite.
But that says quite a lot.
Yeah, she's an anti-Semite. She's anti-gay. She's an anti-Semite. She has said stuff about the history of slavery in this country that's disgusting. Yes, it's funny insofar, that her statements make no sense. But when we really get to the core of the issue, she's just a disgusting human being, and that's the bottom line.
Next on deck.
And yet you're talking about her. These people are too stupid to realize she won. She won. Because you keep her name in your mouth. Like lifesavers and Mentos and Tic Tacs and cavities. Listen, man, look, I'm tired of calling out Candace Owens. I've been doing that for a minute. I'm done. But I do have this to submit. I heard this thing like something about her and her husband broke up or her husband left her. I could not find verification. Anybody know about this? Did her husband leave her? Black Mamba. Welcome back, Black Mamba. Anybody know about Candace Owens, her and her husband? It's pertinent. It's not for a salacious news thing. I ain't trying to run on that, or you know what I'm saying? It said, didn't see anything on it. Okay. Okay, so here's the deal, man. We covered her getting sued by Macron's wife, Brigitte. Nope. Sylvia Walker said no, she hadn't heard it. Okay, I couldn't find it either. Here's the thing, guys. She getting sued. She said the wife of the president of France is a guy, not a woman. And like people saying it's ludicrous, it's sickening, it's crazy. And the more I hear people say that she's wrong and she's making it up and she's lying, but everybody wants to talk about it. Man, I saw Bill O'Reilly talking about it. I got CNN talking about it. I got Cuomo talking about it. Everybody's talking about it. I'm like, why is everybody talking and denying this with this as if they don't think people can get sex changes? How do you know what somebody did? I say, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know what this French person did or didn't do. I have no idea. I haven't looked into it. But these people are definitive, like, oh, this is ludicrous. How could this ever be possible? Man, if you from where I'm from, I've seen a lot of stuff. I seen a 6-year-old driving a Land Cruiser. You know what I'm saying? 2 o'clock in the morning down Addison Road. I don't know what he was doing in the Land Cruiser, man. It was like 1992. Don't ask me what I was doing. I was out. I seen some things. All right? I went to a circus thing when I was in Carolinas years ago. I saw a dog ride a tricycle. You know we had sex change operations, right? You know people be having surrogate babies, right? So how you gonna just be like, that's impossible? See, when people be like, that's impossible, that's when I get the Tony Yayo face. That's when we do that. Because how you know? It's almost as if all these morons are following a script. Oh, reject Candace. That's in there. It's in your script. It's in my script. It says it right here. Call her deranged. Deranged, that's the word? Okay, I'm sorry. Dumb and deranged. Oh, good. I like that. It's adequate. Our slow viewers will get that one. Dumb. They might not understand what deranged means. Psychopath, psychotic. Okay. Antisocial. Okay. Dumb and deranged. That's all we want to go with? Okay, let's go. Okay. Candace Owens, dumb, deranged. It's a script. And anytime they want to go at somebody, they just read the script. I still don't know what she said that was anti-Semitic. I mean, they say it, so it must be true, right? Now, I know she said negative anti-black stuff about black people. That I know. I've seen her say that. I don't need to figure that out. She's like, Juneteenth. She used to tweet it out every Juneteenth. Juneteenth is a made-up, phony, ghetto holiday. She wouldn't say that about all these corny white people holidays. Black people were celebrating Juneteenth for over 100 years without permission from white people. As soon as white people got involved, then she want to come for black people and shame black people for a holiday we didn't even create. We didn't make that holiday. See, the things I hold against Candace Owens ain't got nothing to do with what she talk about anti-Semitism or Brigitte Macron. She ain't in this country. What I care if she calls somebody trans? Why is that a bad thing? Hey, let's go the other way. Ain't y'all Democrats been force-feeding down our mouths for about 2.5, 3 years that being trans is good? It's positive, so maybe she just wants the best for Brigitte. Maybe she just wants to support her in her transition. See, some people, that's good, right? Ain't nobody see? Damn it, that's why you come to the Tim Black Show. You ain't gonna hear him put it down like that. Ain't nobody said that. Flip it. Flip it, that's a John Witherspoon move. Don't be whipped. Whip.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
All right, man. So Candace Owens, you need to go ahead and cut me a check. I just supported you way better than Pat Bet David. I just had your back right there, and I don't even rock with you. But yeah, if I was you, I'd lean into it. I go that way like, I thought you said being trans was good. How is this a smear? Explain it to me. You know, and then, you know, do that annoying shit you do, Candace. Explain it to me. Huh? I'm trying to understand what you're talking about. I don't understand. I'm not clear about what the problem is. All right. Y'all ready to keep it moving, man? That makes sense, though, y'all? I think it'll work. Bo, you hear what I'm saying, Bo? They gonna be in our faces all this time telling us how, oh, well, you need to accept trans people. And then you got Candace trying to add to your community. You know what a boost it would be to the trans community if they had someone as high profile as Brigitte Macron joining their ranks? Oh, come on, man. What's her name? Bruce? Caitlyn Jenner. She's not good. Caitlyn Jenner's not a good representator. She's a bad representation. Come on, Caitlyn. No, come on. Brigitte would be a much better trans person to lead the way. But I had to choose between Caitlyn and Brigitte Macron. I'm going to go with Brigitte Macron. Because she is royalty, whatever that is. No, she's not royalty. She's a president. Oh, okay. Strong jawline. Strong jawline. She look like a little bit like Lionel Richie in the face. I'm gonna stop, man. Don't get me in trouble, man. We're gonna keep it straight. We'll keep it honest, keep it real. All right, guys. Let's move on. Let's move this topic on. Let's not get to cancel. Let's not get canceled here. Tim Black needs to keep his channel. Now would be a good time. Now would be a good time to go to the comments and make comments and share this joint. And click over, become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Yeah, man. Y'all ready for the next story? Yeah, man, I told you, we unabashed, man. We ain't afraid of nothing, man. I ain't scared of you.
With Tim Black.
This is the downside of the strategy that he has imported that got him elected. His entire strategy with the Epstein files was to try to give people the strong impression that this was Bill Clinton, this was Democrats, this was something that they were trying to hide. And now that this is all turned on him, he won't be able to convince his base that this is a transparent investigation at all. Like, I don't know what it would take for them to believe that there's no cover up. I mean, you've convinced a lot of these people. Part of your whole spiel is that the government isn't to be trusted. And then you're asking these same group of people to suddenly trust that this was all on the up and up. There is no list, that everything is as it appears, and they're just not going to buy it. And what's always interesting to me is like what it takes people to get off the Trump train. It's not the xenophobia. It's not the racism. It's not the bigotry. It is this.
But are they off the Trump train? I mean, I think this is the part of what Charlotte is saying that I'm not so sure.
Talking to.
Because I think that they really don't want to be off the Trump train. They want to be on the Trump train. They just want Trump to get in line with them on this issue.
I think that's exactly right, Abby. Look, I think for Trump, it does feel a little bit like the lady doth protest a little too much, right? But when it comes to his approval rating with Republicans, it's basically as solid as it ever was. You know, you put it up on the graphic before where you saw the smallest decline was among Republicans. If you look at the average of polls, his approval rating with Republicans, still at about 90%. Of course, those same Republicans say they are dissatisfied with the amount of information that's been released so far. Everyone is dissatisfied with the amount of information that's been released so far with concern to the Epstein files. Everyone thinks that there's something more going on there. But then making that leap to all of a sudden that his base is moving away from him, at least at this particular point in the polling data, we're not seeing it.
Next on deck.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Tim Black's BS detector.
Yeah, somebody's got a lot of wishful thinking going on, don't they? Yeah, you're the type of person that goes out and buys a yacht before you even cash in your lottery ticket. That's not a good idea. You got a tummy ache and you run out and buy a crib. We don't know. Get tested. Yeah. Here's the deal, man. Jamel Hill's hoping that the Trumpers leave Trump over this. They're not going to leave Trump over this. They're not leaving. Where are they going to go? And who cares if they leave him? He's not running. He already won. What do people have to do to face reality? They still running against a guy who already won. His approval rating, has that really changed? No. I take issue with Enton, the numbers guy. Go back to doing numbers guy. I'm going to talk to you like Ice Cube talked to Checker Fred. Stick to numbers guy. Stick to numbers. Check. Go ahead and play checkers, Fred. Yeah, because you're up here talking about, oh no, everybody wants the release of the Epstein files. Everyone wants them. Not everybody wants them. Democrats don't want them. And if they're interested at all, it's just because they think Trump might be in it. They forget that travel log. I seen a travel log. Someone sent me a copy of the travel log that was floating around. I'd seen it before and saw it again. There was a lot of names on that travel log. I didn't see his name on the travel log, but I saw a lot of people's names on the travel log. A lot of names on the travel log, and we all know. And look, for the record, back at the time when y'all saying Trump was friends with Epstein, which I think it's pretty clear that he was. They did have a relationship somewhat. You can't deny that, Trumper. Yeah, don't be denying reality. It's right there, Johnson. Here's the thing. Here's the kicker, Democrats. At the time, Trump was a Democrat. Yeah, he was with the Democrats the same time when he was hanging out with the Clintons. See, some people don't understand this. Listen, man, Trump was, this whole party thing, bullshit. By and large, it's BS. It's for broke people. Yeah, people with money just do whatever's in their best interest. Yeah, it's just the poors that care about D's and R's. Rich people care about interest rates, tax breaks, vacation homes, capital gains. That's what they care about. So they don't care. They seesaw back and forth. But at the time, Trump was either a Democrat or an independent. He was not a Republican. He didn't become a Republican until he decided to beat the brakes off Hillary. Remember that? There are a lot of Democrats that are going to be on this list. That may not matter to you until it's your Hollywood friends, because you all know every goofy Democratic politician wants so bad to be a Hollywood star. You can tell they're more interested in being a Hollywood star than they are interested in doing law stuff, doing congressional stuff. So yeah, it's going to be a lot of names on this list, and I hope he puts it out. I'm not even against the idea. I want it out. But don't pretend like you cared. You didn't care. You only care now because you think it hurts Trump caring. Well, look, Karen, you caring now don't change the fact you didn't care. And it's crazy to me. You're the same people that were pissed off when you saw kids in cages. Till you realize that those cages, those pictures of kids in cages, came from under your Obama president. Yeah. Your Democratic president did that, and when he did it, everybody was quiet. Yeah, they used to protest Obama, the civil rights organizations. I will give that to the true organizations that were fighting for immigrants. They were protesting Obama. They just couldn't get anybody to cover it because it was a Democratic president. Yeah. For some reason, I didn't see the mayors coming out going crazy when Obama was deporting everybody. But see, that's the way of the Democrats. Same thing with the Epstein thing. Now, all of a sudden, they want to know about a list that their president had access to for 4 years. And I don't remember a single one of them. I want to see a video of Hakeem Jeffries or Clyburn or anybody in Congressional Black Caucus. What about Meeks? Where's Maxine Waters? Where are these people? What's Cory Booker doing his, what's that shit he does? What's that horrible Aristotle? What's this thing he does? Oh, come on, everybody. Oh, come on. I'm Cory Booker. We need to all fight together. We should all live together. Spartacus. And I want to know about the Epstein. Where's he? Where's the videotape of Spartacus going buck in Congress, giving a long speech about turning over that information under Joe Biden? Under Joe Biden. There goes your answer. And nothing for nothing, where were the CNN segments when Biden was president on the same shit? Just ask it. Where were the CNN records? Where are the MSNBC records? Where's Morning Schmo and Brzezinski, whatever her name is? Where are these people? Where are all the progressives and liberal YouTube channels, independent media folks? Where's the coverage of the Epstein files, while Biden was president? I don't think it exists, Johnson.
I really don't know what he said at the end of that sentence. I don't think he knows what he said either. Look.
Oh, now you don't know what I'm talking about. Now everybody quiet, looking down at the shoes. Oh, look there, look. I didn't know you had on the new Timbs. Where you get these Timbs from, man? I like those, man. Oh. Everybody looking around at other shit now. Yeah, look at that over there. See, man, I try to tell people, man, beating these dictionary heads, these library book card heads, they think they're really smart, but all you got to do is ask basic questions like, yeah, this is so important to you, yo. Why wasn't it important 4 years ago? Wasn't it important 4 years ago? It's like, we're talking about babies being abused by powerful people, man. We're talking about, hold on a second, man. Hold on, man. Come here. We're talking about girls being abused by grown-ass men. And being recorded. We're talking about political operatives who couldn't say a mumbling word about the shit. And now, only because it looks like it's politically expedient, now they got something to say because they think it hurts. Not the girls, not the... They think it hurts Trump. Now, I'm not saying Trump is better. I'm not saying any of those Republicans are better who are not demanding no release of the documents. I'm not saying that. In fact, that's horrible too. But this whole thing, when they were up here talking, I didn't hear a single word out that. I ain't a word out of his mouth about the victims, man. You got a daughter? Hell, you got sons? You got kids at all? Got any ethics? Any humanity at all? Playing a bunch of goofy reindeer games at our expense. People don't care about us, man. Michael Jackson tried to tell you, man. He did tell you. And what they do, they put a case on him. And you thought it was true. All right, y'all. Man, I'm trying to tell you. It's just a conversation. We're just talking. Had to get really real there for a minute. Because they're not treating this issue with the respect and the level of seriousness it deserves. Because it's just politics to them. They don't give a shit. All right. Let's keep it going.
With Tim Black.
He seems to have made the calculation that the old Michelle Obama line, when they go low, we go high, is naive and doesn't work. And that Democrats feel like they're getting their butts kicked by Donald Trump. And so they need to give those same tactics back. And it could be great to be so principled and nuanced and all the rest of that, but we're losing and that the country is at stake. And so we need to punch them in the face harder than they're punching us. I mean, that seems to be the calculus right now.
And that's the strategy. And you cannot out-Trump Donald Trump. It will not work. It's why the Democratic Party has its lowest numbers nationwide that it's ever had. More people resent them, oppose them, refuse to vote for them than ever before. And the three groups that have left them. Younger voters that were so pro-democratic hate this negativity, and younger men are looking to the Republican Party. The second group, Latinos. Twice as many Latino voters as African-American voters, almost twice as many, soon to be twice as many. And once again, a plurality of Latino men voted for Trump. Never happened before. And the third is organized labor, unions, where they look and the Democrats, in an organizational way, have been a part of labor for years. These voters look to them and say, why are you talking about transgender? Why are you bringing up the social issues that aren't part of our lives? Why aren't you focusing on us? Three groups that are essential to the Democratic coalition that have left them. And they're not Republican. They're not even Trump, although they voted for him. But they're giving the other side a try. And none of this negativity and none of this punching them in the face is going to bring them back.
Next.
Nah, it's not, man. And that is, give it up for that. Give it up for that, man. That's what I'm trying to tell you. That's me in the beginning of the show telling you the same thing, Johnson. Nobody cares. Nobody wants to see you. This ain't a boxing match. But if it was, some would be Clarissa Shields. You be that poor woman that got her ass kicked the other night. Damn, man, you see that? Bam, bam, man. I was like, man, she hit like a dude. It's like a dude that, no, she don't hit like a dude. She like a dude that know what he's doing. She like a dude that can hit. She like a box. You know what? She hit like a boxer. She hit like a boxer to know what they doing. She hit hard. Yeah, man. These people are under the impression that their job is to beat the guy across from them, but their job is to... Okay, here goes story time. Story time. When I was in school, what Well, I'll go back further than that. When I was a kid, I must have been 6 or 7 years old. I'll never forget. I had this neighborhood friend, right? He got a new bike. It was dusk. He was riding his bike. We were all watching him. He was showing off his new bike and tricks he could do on his bike. I was there. A couple of little girls in the neighborhood was there. A couple of little boys was there, and they were watching him. And somebody was saying, one of the little girls had to be. She said, I bet you can't do it with no hands. So he did it with no hands. Look at me, I told you I could do it. Oh! I had to knock on the door and get his mama. He all cut up, he bleeding. And then make matters worse, his mom was, what are you doing out here? I told you bring your ass in this house. And she got him, she got the bike here, she got him here. And she's dragging the bike and dragging him, and he cried. And the girls that told his ass to do the tricks, they look at him like this. Couple of them snickering. And I'm looking at him, and I'm looking at him, bleeding. I'm looking at his mother, embarrassing him, dragging him by his ear. I'm looking at the girl snicker. And I said, don't do that shit. Never play to the crowd. Never show your ass to please others. Mm-hmm. Democrats are showing their ass trying to please other people. They're trying to please pundits. They're trying to please posters. The only people they owe anything to are the people that are putting them in office. And guess what? They're not even here to beat Trump. That game is over. Your only thing that you can do is please the voters, not the media, not the activists that come out and be annoying and chase you with cameras. Not them. They're a small group. Be worried about the money on the table. Introduce legislation for the people. Get behind that. Jasmine Crockett, stop talking to cameras and get to work. Do some legislating. Clyburn, either quit or do something for the people. Maxine Waters, do something for the people. Come out your mansion. Come out your mansion, Maxine. Do something for the people. That's all you got to do. And if you don't do that, you deserve to lose. Right now, prime example, what's going on, you see it clearly now. At the end of the day, that's all that's going to matter for anybody. That's it. I think this guy's right when he says, try to punch Trump. He unbreakable. Okay, he unbreakable. He don't give a shit. He just used it against you. You can't go lower than the guy who has there's no depths. You can't beat him at his game. And if you play his game, you lose. Everybody knows when somebody else has a move, you don't try to learn their move to do their move. You learn another move. You do your move. Unless you can block his move or her move. But you don't try to learn their move. They've been doing their move forever. Don't you have any moves? Your move should be connecting with the people. Now, every Democrat want to come out and drop the F-bomb like that means they're real. Yeah, it's the stupidest thing. I don't know who invented it. I think it's like Jasmine Crockett started getting popular because she was doing it. Now everybody wants to drop an F-bomb or talk tough. I even heard Pete Buttigieg. Even heard him trying to talk tough. Sit your ass down. Gavin Newsom dropping F-bombs. How you such a son of a bitch? Sit down, Gavin. Your name's Gavin. Sit down. No one's buying it. Fabergé hair having, Sasson, Vidal Sasson hairhead. Nah, man, shit ain't working. Hey, man, I should charge them for this information. It's like I'm lecturing and giving information to the morons. I'm giving them what they need, the cheat codes, but they ain't gonna take them. Like most people, only about 5% of the people will ever use any advice you give. They say, when you give good advice, you give your best shit away. That's the secret. You give it away. Why? Because only 5% of people would ever use it. And of that 5%, only about 5% would ever actually carry it out and execute on it. Stay with it long enough to see results. Because that's just how it is. People don't want to implement. They want to, in their mind, say they did it. Yeah. So I'm not really helping them, though I'm helping them. Yeah, you can't out-Trump Trump. Stop running against Trump. It's a broken record. Let's keep it going, Johnson. Hit the like button, guys, if it makes sense. This will be a much better country, y'all. Much better country. We have much better parties if they listen, but they don't want to, folks. It's not that they don't know. They have their interests. Their interests. There's a great saying. It's almost impossible to convince a man of something when his money's directly tied to him not getting it. Hey, you can't convince me if my money tell me not to listen. My money won't let me understand. You talking Spanish. You talking Swahili right now. Because all my money talk is English. You understand what I'm saying? You get it. Let's keep it moving, y'all. Where we at?
Next on deck with Tim Black. Next on deck with Tim Black.
This is about race and it's about fairness and equity, something that they don't want to recognize at this point, but we are better than them. We are better than them in this country. We are better than them in this state, and we are going to show them better than we can tell them.
We are better than them. We are better than them. Is that work for y'all? Is that it? That's the message. We the better people. We better people. Are you effective? Look, being better would mean you win. Yeah, the better team wins, right? If you lose, are you better? I'm just asking. The better boxer wins. The better team brings home the medal. If you're so much better, why you lose so damn much? And I just pointed out the Epstein thing. I don't want to go back to that. It's dark. I don't want to have that conversation again. We already went over it, right? There is no better when neither one of you cared about children being trafficked. It's no better. How can better be even in the equation, Miss Crockett? Better left the building a long time ago with decency and ethics gone. When corruption came in, when a little thing called Citizens United came in the door and said, money is speech. So corporations were allowed to dump as much money as they want into these races, man. Because that's the way corporations talk. So there is no better. What are we talking about? This virtue signaling, man, the virtue signaling, this virtue signaling, we're the better people, that's bullshit, man. Black people need to stop buying. Please, Black America, please stop listening to this. Policy that puts money into our schools, that cuts our taxes, builds up our public works. That's what we care about. That's it. A black agenda, reparations. These are things I want to hear. Entrepreneurial incubator, education, paid, sponsored. You know, I want to hear these things. Infrastructure upgrade. I want to hear wraparound services. I want to hear STEM training, engineering sciences, technical. I want to hear this. That's what I want to hear. I want to hear you a good person. Take your personal opinions of yourself and shove them. That ain't how we get it done. That ain't how it gets done. That's why where we at. We want to be with these people. They saying they're good people. Good people wouldn't have us stuck at the bottom of a country we built for free, would it? Does that sound like what good people do? Is that the actions of a good person? They climb on your back and you carry them across the river. They get across the river and won't give you a hand over. That sound like good people to you? That's the Democrat Party. Because without you, they never get elected. Without you, they can't win elections. You helped them for 50 years to get elected, and then when they start seeing that you may have not be as enthusiastic, what they do? Bring in new voters. They not your friend. I don't know how else to put it to you. Y'all sit up here watching Roland Martin and these other D.L. Hughley, these other sycophants of the Democrats fight for their lives. They fighting for their lives, Johnson. The cash cow on life support. What good are you if you can't get them elected? Rolly. Man, I'm trying to tell y'all, man. All right, y'all, Jasmine has more to say. Go ahead, Ms. Crockett.
No matter what they do, I'm gonna need you to show up. Because unfortunately, we haven't been showing up. That is why they're not afraid of us. Beto should have been the senator in 2018. That is what the law is. That is what the law is. So they want you to say, oh, it's all about partisan politics. Texas is a majority-minority state. They are trying to dilute the voices of the majority in this state.
It's a bunch of bullshit. But hey, this is what we know the Republicans are good at. If there's one thing they're good at cheating, and they're good at bullshitting people, right? So that's exactly what we're going through right now. They have decided that they are losers, and we understand why. And so with these loser policies, they have a loser mentality. So they have decided that if you can't win, cheat.
Yeah.
That's where we are.
I got to talk to Beto at work yesterday, and that's what he does. I said, boy, when the white boy is calling y'all sore losers, then I know we got a problem. Yeah, because even he was like, he said, yeah, they're just cheating. That's what they're doing.
Yeah.
And it's because they know they can't win on policies because all of this stuff is unpopular that they've been doing.
Next.
Yeah. Look, man, I'm not going to say I know about her Texas politics. I don't know what's going on in Texas to that degree. I really don't. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't know. All I know is what it sounds like to me, sitting over here in Maryland. It sounds to me like somebody just be making up stuff when they be talking. That's what it sounds like. Jasmine Crockett, she need to have a YouTube channel. She don't need to be in Congress. Come on, sit over here with me, Jasmine. We can go back and forth on these issues. You know what I'm saying? Talk shit. Come on now. I don't know why you turned down coming on the show. Michael Singleton came on the show. Van Lathan came on the show. Michael Moore came on the show. Come on now. Andrew Yang came on. Marianne Williamson, Ro Khanna, these Congress people. Come on. Don't be like Tosi who stood me up. Come on. We can have a good conversation. You can let your hair down and speak that real. I see you got a makeover. Make your politics over. Stop calling people losers and making up lines. They're not losers if they beat the break. How is a party that lost everything call another party losers? Look, man, focus on what you're going to do for the people. What are you... I ain't giving out no more advice. I said I ain't giving out no more advice. Jasmine Crockett seemed like she just want airtime. She don't want to win. She want airtime. She needs to start campaigning before she be up out of office. Because I got a feeling, since her bankroll, Sam Bankman-Fried was her bankroll for her last campaign. That's how she was able to run. Sam Bankman-Fried, the guy's in jail for fraud. Well, I got a feeling, with all the heat she put on her ass trying to be the sniper for the Democrats against Trump, I got a feeling a lot of money gonna be against her this cycle. She may be one and done. And I want to see the Democrats come out and defend her. They're gonna put that sister out there, let her be out there on her own now. I keep telling y'all, man, black women need to learn. Them Democrats don't care about you. Letitia James, Fonnie Willis, and Jasmine Crockett out on tugboats in the middle of the Atlantic like this. Damn, they ain't gonna send nobody, huh? Is that a shark? It's some bullshit. They ain't gonna send. Is that a boat? That's a bird. Help. My daddy, Joe Biden, ain't here to pick me up. All that I did for them. Be like this. Trying to get to shore. I want to see what happens. See, in my opinion, they're going to leave her out to dry, Johnson. I keep telling y'all, man, sisters, when they done with their toys, they break them. I don't even hear nobody say Fonnie Willis' name no more. She a ghost. Keep it up. Tim, don't be negative. I'm being real. This is the best advice she gonna get. Everybody else wants something from her. I don't want nothing from her except for her to come over here and talk. Let me get my little sister head together. Let me get my little sister's head together. Let me educate her, because D.L. Hughley ain't telling her no good stuff. Roland Martin ain't telling her no good stuff. He's just trying to eat off her. He ain't trying to tell her no good stuff. He ain't trying to get her out of the line of fire. It's gonna be some billionaires to put some money behind whoever running against her in her district. For what? To stop a president that already won. It's one thing to go down for the fight when it's a goal that's attainable. Calling out a sitting president repeatedly, who's as popular as Trump. I don't see that. That's a fool's job. What you get out of it? We'll see. All right, y'all. It's the right thing to do, Tim. Okay. Now we delusional. Now we think that's why politicians do what they do, because it's the right thing. If that was the case, we'd have reparations. We'd have reparations, people would have health care. College would be free like it is in Israel, the place we spend all that money, send billions of dollars to. They got free college. You know that, right? If politicians did things because they were the right things to do, we'd have free health care like they have in Israel and free school like they have in Israel. We got neither one of those things. Don't tell me it's doing the right thing, Tim. Don't live in La La Land. Don't do it. Speaking of La La Land, La Ali, she need to leave Latrice alone. La, don't you get in that ring with Latrice. Don't do it, baby. She's gonna beat the brakes off you. Gonna beat the light skin off you. Don't do it. I'm trying to tell you something good. Gonna beat the Ali out of you. It's not gonna be good. It's not gonna be pretty. It's gonna body shot you too. You tall too. Bam! Chopping down trees. Bam! Bam! Mike Tyson style. All right. Y'all with me, man? Well, not on the La Ali, but I'm trying to tell y'all, man. Y'all want to somebody need to, but there'll be no poverty, right? There'll be no poverty. There'll be no fam. The rich. Do you realize America, United States, is the richest country Now, maybe China's getting there. Like China may be passing us now. Because, you know, we got a lot of propaganda floating around about the country. But for 100 years, America was the richest country, not in America, in the world. Okay? Now, we still have poverty. We still locking people up for money. Mass incarceration is a money play. That's money. Then we privatize the prisons to make more money, make more industry of black people. Because that's who it's for. Black people and poor white people. That's what jail was made for. That was its purpose. 95% of jails are full of poor-ass white people. And then when we got free, it switched to 95% was black. You think all the white people just stop breaking laws? So sometimes I got people that they listen to right-wing stuff. They don't know. So back to the point. We could eradicate poverty. We could eradicate homelessness. We could do this stuff if we wanted to. It's like, it's the most disheartening thing in the world. You know, you got kids, you love them, but every once in a while you want to kick them on the back of the foot. Every once in a while you want to clip them up. Like my youngest son is 16, right? Sometimes he'll walk past trash. He'll walk past something that's on the floor in the kitchen. Like he don't see it. And that's when I just want to kick him in the back of his foot because I know he saw it. You ain't see that? That's America. That's what we do. That's our government. Get it? Our government walks past our problems like they ain't see them. Now, my son is 16. He's thinking about Roblox or something. You know what I'm saying? Girls and Roblox probably. And some dope dubstep beat or something. I don't pretend to know. I don't pretend to know what music they listen to. But you know what I'm saying? But our government ain't 16 years old with hormones raging and trying to get back to the video game that they're playing online. And having eaten, came out the room, sunlight, must get water bottle. America don't care, man. That's why we had these problems. And as soon as people accept that, right? Accept that's the country we have. And the only way to combat it is to put them on blast on this platform is used to go after powerful. Jasmine Crockett is a person in power compared to me. Roland Martin, a person with much more power than me. This is punching up at the powerful for the benefit of all of us. Right? That's what we do here on the Tim Black Show. Can we get some new members tonight? Anybody want to join the Tim Black Wolfpack? Because that's what the goal is for this show. Right? We're trying to build a community movement, man. And I know that you're the type of people that care about this type of stuff. You care. You don't just want to be sitting on the sidelines. Right? All right. My viewers. You want to keep going? Come on, Tim, let's keep going, Johnson.
On deck with Tim Black.
Back now to our breaking news in federal court. We have just learned former Illinois House Speaker Mike Madigan has been sentenced to 90 months in prison, so roughly 7.5 years, along with a $2.5 million fine as well.
Our Charlie DeMar is live at the Dirksen Federal Building with more and reaction. Charlie, took a long time to get to this sentence with a lot of context from the judge, but now we have it.
It did. This hearing started around 1 o'clock today. Federal prosecutors were asking for a sentence of about 12.5 years and a fine of $1.5 million. That fine that Madigan will have to pay is $2.5 million, and he was sentenced to 7.5 years in jail.
Yeah, I saw this clip, and it interests me because it ain't every day an old white Democrat gets sent to jail. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, that don't happen every day, so I figured I put it in here, you know. 83 years old and got to go to jail, Johnson. That's when you know he wasn't living right. 83. Seven and a half years on bribery and corruption charges. And he got to pay back $2.5 million. Yeah. There goes that, there goes the party of we're better. The party of we're better. We're better. Isn't that what you just said? We're better than them. Really? Really? Is that what better is? Better is an 83-year-old former Speaker of Illinois, Democrat, bribery and corruption charges. Just checking. Just checking. Sometimes we don't know what the meaning of bribery, maybe I don't know what the meaning of corruption and bribery means, or maybe I don't know what the meaning of better is. I mean, better at being a briber and a corrupter? Better at not getting caught taking bribes and being corrupt? Maybe that's what they mean. Now, look, don't get twisted, man. I know both parties suck, Johnson. I know this, man. But I'm trying to remind all the viewers that they suck. I want you to know. I want you to understand it. Man, what is up with Illinois, man? Isn't that the home of Blagojevich? They got him. They got Mayor. Remember Mayor Nagin? What was they doing, man? They was taking all that money from that Katrina money, wasn't they? Man, I'm trying to tell you, man, it's some dirty folks, fam. Louisiana, New Orleans, Illinois, Chicago. Dirty, dirty, dirty. What do people know about the dirty South? What do people know about the dirty South? No, they got chains on the bars, got bars on the gates. I don't know if it's to keep them out or to keep our ass in. Been a long time since you heard that one, right? Right? Like, oh, Tim, let me find out, Tim. Find out. Goody mob. All right, let me stop, man. Let me stop roasting them. The mouth of the South. Talk about the reps. Nah, I'm not going to talk about it. I'm not going to talk about it. I told you I'm a Democratic Party hater, man. Go to David Pakman's shows around the street. Yeah, David Pakman, he's talking about, in fact, all the progressive Democrats, all they do is talk about Republicans. There's about 100 channels that all they talk about is Republicans. It's you could go there, that's all they do, man. They've been talking about Trump for 10 years, and he was only in office for 4 of those years. I literally know people that went from being broke to being millionaires who've been talking about Trump for 10 years straight. I literally know people that did that. I know them. So, nah, man. Nah. That's not my route. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to get black people away from the Democrats. I understand if you don't relate. I get it. That's my job. That's my mission. I told you. I'm up front. All right. I understand if you don't agree. I get it. All right, guys, hit the like button if you like the content. It ain't for everybody, but it may be for you. Hit the like button. Let me know what you think. Let's move on. Let me get back over here.
I heard you guys want to boycott the African breeding community. You people want to boycott the African breeding community. Am I listening? What? You guys cannot compete with African breeding community.
This is going to help them a lot. Yeah, at first I was supporting the boycott of the African breeding community. But when I saw your video telling us that we can't compete with the African breeding community, as if that's what the boycott is about, competing with your community, when it's not, I changed my mind. Now I don't support us trying to boycott the African breeding community. But what I do support is not buying from y'all. Yeah, because y'all disrespectful. Y'all disrespectful, man. I'm gonna be still. I've been trying to tell people, man. This type of disrespect ain't gonna last. I'm gonna give him 30 more seconds. Maybe he'll clean it up. He thinks he's funny, but let's see what he does.
Just cannot compete. This is the thing about what I want my African American brothers who want to boycott the African breeding community to understand. Africans, we come from a different level of struggle. See, and let me open this door so air can come in here. We come from a different level of struggle. You people do not understand the type of struggle that some of us Africans come from. You cannot understand.
What does that have to do with us? And why should we care about your struggle? We got our own struggle. And won't you go back to your country and work on your struggle? Why are you running away from your struggle? And why do you think you should be able to come to America and eat off us? And then you take our money, you send it with your people, but you don't spend it back with us. And I look at anybody sideways that sits in their car in the summertime in a camouflage shirt and jacket, talking smack, acting like they funny when they not. Look, guys. Hey, man. I did my video on this. We don't owe Africa and the continent anything. We don't owe them our money. I'm about to start roasting people for this. You understand what I'm saying? We don't owe any group our money. Here's the thing. There's some people that watch my video, for instance. They didn't watch the whole video. They watched the first 2 minutes. They saw the title. They said, you believe I don't think we should boycott Asian businesses? Boycott all businesses that don't support the black community. Buy black. Jewish people buy Jewish. Asians buy Asians. Africans buy Africans. I know, because I've been around them. I'm from Washington, D.C. See, some of y'all don't live in a place where everybody everywhere. You got there's a few cities like this. New York, D.C. is one of them. In D.C., you will be around everyone. Everybody is in D.C. All types of people. Okay? I'll tell you that right now. It is very diverse. And it's full of a lot of people from a lot of different places. And plus we got military, and we have a strong LGBTQ, like mixing with all of that. In fact, when it comes to DC and government contracting, you're more likely to see an African man or an Indian, someone from India, from the Middle East, or Asian, then you'll see a brother, a black American. And if you do see a black American, 7 times out of 10, he's LGBTQ. I know I worked in this industry for 20 years. So, you know, I quit around 2014. I've been out since 2014. I haven't worked for anybody since for a decade. But before that, every day, over 20 years. So anyway, that's my point. Here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. What this guy's saying is BS. We don't just want black Americans not to buy black. We got African, not to buy African. Black Americans, stop buying with Africans. Stop spending your money anywhere other than black America. Find a black person to buy with, to trade with. Don't listen to these people telling you, oh, black people do this, black people do that. Don't listen to that shit. There are bad businesses and all. You never been beat by a white person? You never been beat on price by an Asian person? Never, ever? You need to spend your money. Be patient. You will be. If you have never been beat by anyone in a business deal, you haven't done enough business. The point of the matter is, this brother is a prime example of the problem, the reason why we need to separate our money. It's one thing, man. It's like these people benefit from black America. Everything about you coming here is all for us. You do understand that. He's talking like it's a competition. We ain't competing against you. You came here to compete against us. And we will compete against you with being your country. talking smack. We're not. Right now, who you think gonna watch your video? Africans that are in America. Doing what? Living off of black people. Off our civil rights movement, off our blood, our pain, our sweat. You come here and try to slide in and fit in. And then what do? You cozy up with the white establishment and look down on us. Cotton picker. Nigga. Too much of that. Too much of it. And I'm not saying that's everybody. I know it's not everybody. I had some good African brothers that I've met over the years. Okay? Don't get it twisted. But there was a limit, and I knew it. They were not my brother. I hear you saying that, brother. My brothers. Let me tell my black brothers. I hear you. But you didn't treat me like brothers. Not really. No, you did. You just said that. Y'all didn't give me the hookup. Y'all hook each other up. We know what it is. Anybody's against this boycott talking about solidarity is an idiot. Or a plant.
What do you think a plant is? Maybe people don't understand the definitions of these words.
There's anything wrong with Jewish people saying they want to spend their money within their community. In fact, they wouldn't even have to say it. They would just do it. They wouldn't have to they wouldn't even put out a video saying we need to do this. They'd be quiet. They wouldn't even promote it because it's a given. Koreans don't tell Koreans, hey, look everybody, they just know. They already know. They had those meetings in private. Maybe that's the only thing we're doing wrong, is we put it out there for public consumption. We should have already been moving this way. This is what our Congress people should have been telling us a long time ago, but they wanted their money first. They didn't care to help us win. They didn't care about black Americans getting ahead. They cared about themselves. Every other group operates this way. If you don't know that, it's because you don't be around other groups. Many times, I meet brothers and sisters that just don't know these things. America's very segregated. America is very segregated, Johnson. And you could spend your whole life and not really be around other people. And never to the extent where you get a real feeling of their culture and how they roll. I'm trying to tell you, man. I had a great friend named Ray. Ray was Korean. Ray, cool as shit. If I needed something, if Ray had it, pretty sure Ray would at least say he would help me. But there was limits. Because Ray has a culture of how they conduct business and who they conduct business with. Okay? You haven't had these experiences if you've been only in black communities. You may not know that these other groups, that's how they operate. We've been taught not to operate that way. We have been taught not to spend only with us. We've been taught the white man's ISIS coda. We've been taught we need to help everybody or something morally wrong with us. We're the moral fabric of the country. All this old nonsense, these old Negro spirituals from people trying to perpetuate a lie that benefits themselves. They're trying to stay out of harm's way. They don't want to say the truth. I'm telling you the truth. I'm more concerned about my legacy. I'm concerned about these people liking me, keeping a job. But this guy said it's nonsense. We in my country, we don't have EBT. In my country, we don't have food stamp. Well, go fix your country. Why are you telling me what you don't have in your country? Why don't you have it? Because you got a bunch of thieves and the corrupt bastards running your country. Maybe that's why you don't have it. Maybe that's why you don't have it. So what you do, you come to America and tell black people you have it easy. Meanwhile, only Africans with paper get to even come to America. The brokies, which is most Nigerians, which is most Somalians, which is most people in West Africa. I did a full video on this. $10,000 a year. 20,000. Black Americans, median income exceeds Black Canadians, exceeds Black Frenchmen, and the UK. And we're not even going to talk about Black people in like Barbados and folks in Latin America, across Latin America, and within the continent of Africa. There are a few exceptions, but and we all know it's true because you want to come here. Black people that are talking about, Black American people talking about going to Africa want to get away from racism. Then go there and find out they get robbed. But that's why. It's not because I like Hope Bryant too. I like Hope Bryant. I like Hope Bryant too. I like him. But look, listen what I'm saying. We're not buying the nonsense. You want to be here for a reason. I'm about done with him, but we'll see what else. Then we'll go to the next.
In America, when you are broke, you have EBT. You have section 8. You have, maybe you might qualify for Medicare, some type of Medicare. So even when you are broke, you are still.
He talking shit. Meanwhile, these Africans that come to America, guess what they do? Get right on Medicare, get right on EBT, get right on our tax dollars. Come on, Johnson. That's what the whole complaint has been about. He's saying Black people got it easy, and what happens? So as people come here and jump on these social services, that's why they talk about cutting Medicaid, to cut you guys off. Because you are coming here to come get on our social services. See, you think it's a flex. And see how disrespectful it is? How many videos are there of Black Americans going to Africa to talk shit about Africans? Very few. Because we know how to mind our business and shut our mouths when we're in other people's country. We know what it's like to be a guest. Not these people, because they have a false sense of they think they're better because white people gave them you're better than the Blacks. They actually think that. They think they're better than Black Americans. It's not a secret, man. It's pretty known. I support boycotting African braid shops, restaurants, and whatever else you got going until you reinvest in Black America in America. That's what needs to happen. And I feel the same way about Asians and Latinos and white businesses too. It ain't just you. But you know what I don't see? I don't see a lot of white people with businesses talking shit. They'll gladly take dollars. No one had to show you a film. Anybody saw that film where white people were trying to teach other white businesses how to sell to Black people? They've got an untapped marketplace in the African-American community. The Black community has dollars. They have disposable income they're looking to spend. Africans didn't need to see that movie. You see, a lot of people have this twisted, Johnson. They really do. And I want to clear it up for them.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
Anyone is using anti-immigrant rhetoric to make the point that their own conditions should be improved or be addressed first or primarily, or that the interest, in this case of Black people in the United States, are being hampered by immigrants, so-called legal or otherwise, is missing all of the points about the how the economy works, the maldistribution of the wealth created, and suggests that we should be pitting ourselves against these relatively powerless and resourceless groups of people to achieve something better for Black America. as opposed to just saying redistribute the wealth that only the ruling elite seem to be sitting on, and then we'd be good. Let's start there. Let's start.
Next on deck.
Let me get this right. And I don't know who that brother is. I don't know who he is, but I can tell you this. And so look, let me just, this is not a personal attack on you, but it does sound very tetherish. Sounds very much hooked in with the Afrocentric, what is Umar? Sounds very much like that. Because what you're trying to tell me is we should not want to slow immigration, though we know it cheapens the cost of labor. I don't know if you noticed that, but we're the ones in those sectors of those jobs that these people are coming to take a part of in. That's not Trump saying it. Trump didn't invent that, you know. There have been studies conducted on this. I've cited them on this channel. It's not feelings. But you're going to overlook those studies, right? That show when immigration goes up, the incarceration of black males go up. Immigration go up, jail for us goes up. You're gonna ignore that data point? Well, that doesn't mean they're correlated. It could just be because the way the wind blew, Tim. Oh, okay. So that's what we're on now. We don't want to look at logic and say, you know, there's only so many amount of jobs we're competing for. And then we have industries such as construction, landscaping, drywall, handyman, all these types of things. Like, you know, like the movie, Denzel Washington, where there was the guy in the neighborhood, the black guy in the neighborhood, the devil in the blue dress. Remember that character? That brother didn't have all his marbles, but what was he doing? He was taking care of the houses around. He had on his overalls, and he was a black man. He was taking care of the neighborhood in town, top down trees. And Denzel was like, get away from my tree. Get away from people's tree. Had to get him away from the tree because that's what we used to do. It was very common, right? For black people to have certain types of service jobs. Who got those jobs now, sir? I know you don't have them. I think you're a professor. I think I have seen you before. Now I know where I've seen you. I know this guy. You're a professor. I'm not talking about your job. I'm talking about jobs for people that aren't professors, professor. My dad worked construction all of his life. He told me 15 years ago, all the jobs, Tim, they're going to the Spanish. I thought he was tripping. I thought he just wasn't as enlightened as I was. So maybe he was stuck in another time. You know how much it hurts to say that I didn't accept, I didn't believe him? I mean, I believed him, but I believed it. Hey, these people, they just want a better life, Dad. He was a foreman because he'd been there for 20 years. And he saw the turnover rate. I know what you say, your numbers say. I'm telling you what we know, what we lived. There used to be a job that black men could get coming out of the pen, coming out of jail, coming out of high school, where they could make $20, $25 an hour. Them jobs stopped being $20, $25 an hour because they started going to Hispanic and Mexican people that were doing for $10, $15 an hour. They stopped hiring us. And I got you with your college degrees and you mix what you like shirt on, telling me that it's a figment of my imagination, that I made it up, that I just bought into some right-wing stereotypes, you cowards. Niggas out here hurting, and I got rich fuckers like you telling us we tripping. That I hate Latino people. What would I fucking hate them for? Why would I hate them? Why? You as bad as some liberals, some progressives to try to say just because I don't want books in my schools with dildos for my 6-year-old and my 4-year-old to have to read, that means I hate gay people. What happened to no correlation? I'm tired of these smart ass, college degree having, not the same problems working class people got, having ass black people looking down their nose, grinning. Look at this. Look at him. Look at him. How concerned is he? How concerned is he? Is he really concerned about us, man? Is this look like a concerned brother to you? Stumbling over his words. Mark Lamont shilling it over here. You think he really relating to poor people? You really think he's relating to brothers out the pen? My cousin did a dime, sir. My cousin did a dime. My cousin did a dime, and if it wasn't for his dad owning a landscape business, where the hell would he be? He'd probably be back inside. And he wasn't doing nothing but the same thing all the kids in the hood was doing. Trying to get that paper. I don't mean to put you out there, cuz, but I gotta make my point. You are a success story. You've been out for 10 years. You beat all the odds, cuz. I ain't gonna put your name out, but you know what I'm saying. Cause I got this fucker sitting up here. I got this so-called brother
Their
up here
own
trying to tell other brothers up here telling the world like we tripping. The numbers say, and it's not a reality. And if you're disparaging immigrants, fuck out of here. These same people make their bread and butter talking about racism. And then when we say, when you bring in people that employers can choose over us, you just said you believe there's racism, systemic racism. You don't think that they're hiring these people over black people? Your whole shit is how systemic racism impacts black people. You don't think that immigrants get preferential treatment over black people? They're not black Americans. So they get preferential treatment over black Americans. And then there's also a financial incentive. And you mean to tell me you don't realize all that? You want to get up here and talk this shit? Man, come on, man. It's pathetic, man. This is what we deal with. Backstabbers. Backstabbers. Listen, guys, ladies and gentlemen, this is not about hating immigrants. I do not hate immigrants. I hate liars, though, and I hate people that try to smear us and say we're trying to be negative or xenophobic or some other shit. Folks, I seen it. I lived it. I lived it. It is happening. That's what's happening. It is happening. They want us to believe that there's an endless amount of resources, and all we got to do is get white people to give up the resources. Yeah, good luck with that. Good luck with that. We got a window right now. We have a president that's actually serious about immigration. You know, not bringing in people. They're serious about the border. We got a brief window. This will stave off the inevitable for a little bit of time. This is just a blink in time, Johnson. A blink in time. That's all this is. Because if a Democrat gets back in, they're going to open back up them floodgates and serve the burritos. Come on back. It's going to be back to La Raza. Because that's what they want to build their party off of. And you ain't doing nothing but helping them. Nah, man, I'm off that. I'm off that totally. If you think that means, hey, you know, Mexico, they telling Americans to get your ass up out of here, gringo. I see them. They're riding. They're kicking Americans out of Mexico. You ain't doing that but running up the prices and making a gentrification in their cities, and they don't appreciate it. But no, you say we are bad. There are countries with way more, folks, there are other countries in the Western world that have much stricter immigration laws than America, by the way. Try this shit in Poland. Try it in Poland. You ain't gonna see it. It's all bogus. It's all smoke and mirrors. You're building, these people support globalization. Globalization. They do not support working class people. This is nonsense. Take your rhetoric, take your take your talking down to, your smear tactics, your fear mongering that we try to do. So we ain't trying to do anything. Most of these people, if they're seeking asylum and their lives are threatened in other countries, if there is a natural disaster, if there is war, famine, these things, that's different. That's asylum, baby. But if all you coming to America to do is to make more money, guess what? So are we. We're full. Case closed, face closed. And if you can't advocate for that, I got no problems with you not advocating for that. Just stop talking like you're advocating for Black Americans, because you are not. You are advocating for the melting pot. You're advocating for immigrants. You're advocating for Latinos. I get it. They got their supporters, and I got no problem with them having their advocates. But I advocate for Black Americans. I advocate for the working class. Just so happens, this is an issue that impacts working class and Black Americans. Okay? And there are Latino Americans, by the way. There are Latino Americans, by the way, who fully relate and agree with me. Not because they hate themselves. Not because they hate themselves. But they don't want the cost of their labor going down the drain either, and they don't see why they should be promoting or paying for other people to come here to try to just get jobs. They're not under any, there's no coup going on in their country. Sending the money out of the economy back home, and you talking about, oh, we got to do it. Last thing, man, y'all, real talk, last thing. I do not appreciate being called xenophobic or that I hate immigrants. I don't hate immigrants. That's stupid. I work with probably more immigrants than you. A career in Washington, D.C. amongst immigrants. You cannot keep a job contracting in the federal government for any length of time if you got a problem with immigrants or LGBTQ. I have no problem with anybody. But now I'm in a different career, and I advocate. Unlike you, I advocate for Black Americans with blinders on. That's my focus. You should respect that. Somebody's got to do that work. The rest of y'all are kumbaya while Black people die. Rest of y'all are talking about the whole globe. You want to save the whales. What about the fish, man? What about the fish right in front of you? You go all day about Palestinians, and I feel you. Our babies are dying slower, but they still dying, sir. Right here. Right here in D.C. The fentanyl crisis killed more Black babies, Black people, than the war in Gaza. What say you? Oh, no, it's no pictures for your timeline to post on X to ruin my lunch. To shock me that I didn't ask to see. Nah, you won't be able to post pictures of that. They're putting in the marijuana in there, in the weed, dude. You know what I'm saying? There's a catastrophe going on right now. But see, it ain't cool, man. It ain't trendy. It ain't for the liberals to put their heart out. Put their heart out and talk about their dignity and get loud and talk about kids starving. We got kids dying all over this country, sir. I just covered a store in Alabama where they were running a ring. I don't even want to repeat what they were doing to them kids for years. Right here. Fucking here, dude. Right here. These people like their performance like they're saving the whales. All right, I'm done. Let's move on, man. Let's move on. I'm not going to go to comments because I want to keep my blood pressure down. I don't need to get all upset. I don't need to see the people defending him. He's right. It's not about that. Shut up. Where you work at? You know, we used to work in the garment district. Yeah, we used to work in the garment district. Not anymore. Now we drive Uber. Instacart. Everybody can't work at Amazon, sir. That boat, last thing. That fucking bridge in Baltimore that got crashed into, those jobs pay $30 an hour. Who was working them? Well, I'm sorry. First of all, let me say my condolences to the families. To the families that lost their lives. The families who lost lives of loved ones on that damn bridge. Who was working that bridge? Nighttime, overnight, double pay, right? Time and a half, right? Right? Who was doing that? Jasmine Crockett supporting assholes. They come here to pick fruit and work in the fields. You don't want to work in no field. Do you? Do you? You don't want to work in no field, do you? Hello? No, but I work on a bridge making time and a half. Just don't run a boat into it at the time. All right, let's keep going, man. We on it, man. We on it. Let me get out the comment section. I don't even know who General Seti is. All right. H-1B visas are a problem too. Next. My last story is going to be Dr. Umar, y'all. Can we go to Dr. Umar, y'all? Let's lighten up. Let's go to Dr. Umar. Lord.
Next on deck with Tim Black.
Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. Peace and Pan-Africanism, peace and Pan-Africanism. This is your big brother, Dr. Umar Ifa Tunde Oguntade. Intercontinental Ifa Tunde RB Jesus. Coming to you live and direct from Philadelphia. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. I have a very important message. I'm only going to keep you about 5 minutes. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my continental Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Australian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Caribbean Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Africans in Europe and Asia. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Brazil and my South American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to...
Man, if you don't say what you here to talk about, who watches this, man? Y'all be watching this. I ought to slap yourself. Slap yourself.
Panama and Costa Rica, my Central American Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my Canadian Africans. Peace and Pan-Africanism to my New York, my Carolina, my Texas, my Phoenix, my Philly, my Jersey, my Maryland, my Baltimore, my Georgia, my Florida, my Arkansas, Alabama, Detroit, Chicago, St. Louis, Kansas City Africans. It's your big brother King Kong.
Is he talking to Black Americans or are you talking about all Africans? Oh, okay, Africans. Okay.
I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I need y'all to listen up. I got a very important announcement. I'm only going to keep you a few minutes. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. This morning, I received a text message from one of my homies. He needed Dr. Umar to send him a couple dollars. I logged into my account just to check my balance because I haven't done so since I left for South Africa back on July 10th. Only to discover that I could not log into my account. I could not log into my account. So then I called the bank to find out what was going on. And the bank told me to enter my 16-digit card number. I did that. They told me they had no record of my account. They had no record of my account. The bank that I've been with since I was a teenager told me they had no record of my account. So then I called the bank. And the bank told me that my personal account, as well as the independent Frederick Douglass Marcus Garvey Academy account, have both been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. Both bank accounts have been frozen. And I was told that there is an investigation into my personal account as well as the school account. I asked them, was this due to suspicion of any fraud on my part? I was told that it was not due to suspicion of any fraud on my part, but I was told that it was due to suspicion of fraudulent activity. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access to my personal account and the FDMG account. I was told that someone has been trying to gain access into my personal account and the FDMG account. Brothers and sisters, if you have sent a donation to FDMG, let's give it until the end of the month to see if this gets cleared up. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. They have given me no definitive timeline as to when their investigation will conclude. If you have sent a check or money order donation to FDMG, let's wait until August the 1st, Black August, and see if this situation has gotten cleared up. They told me they sent me a letter to this point on July the 10th, the day that I left for South Africa. I was told that the timeline of suspicious activity was June 25th to July the 10th. I was told that the timeline for suspicious activity was between June 25th, that's when Medea went public. That's when Medea went public. Everybody knows who Medea is. July 25th, that's when Medea went public. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. July the 10th, that's when I left for South Africa. So y'all know my I believe Medea and Pastor Bussy were fraudulently trying to get into my account. And if we find out that's the case, they will be sued and possibly arrested, because fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is federal offense. Fraudulent activity on a bank account is a federal offense. Again, June 25th to July 10th is the period of suspicious activity. That is from the time Medea went public and I left for South Africa. Between the time Medea went public and I went for South Africa. So brothers and sisters, if you want to make a donation to FDMG, you must send it to PayPal. Hold off on the checks and money orders until the situation is resolved. Hold off on all FDMG Academy money order and check donations until the situation is resolved. If you want to make a donation to FDMG, send it through PayPal. Right? PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. PayPal.me/FDMG Academy. If you want to make a donation to the school, hold off on checks and money orders until we find out what the hell is going on. The bank is investigating the fraudulent attempts on our account. If I find out Medea and Pastor Bussy had anything to do with this, I was told that they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. I was told they can be arrested for federal offense. Now, with that being said, brothers and sisters, Dr. Umar has access to no money right now because my personal account contains all of my money. I only send it to Apple Pay and PayPal as necessary. So the Prince of Pan-Africanism, for the first time in my life, is without any digital currency. So for my loyal supporters out there, if you can spare a few dollars so I can take care of Queen Mother Ifa Tunde and myself until my bank account is frozen or canceled so I can get my money back and open up a new account, please hit my Apple Pay or hit my PayPal. My personal PayPal account is Umar the Psychologist at yahoo.com. So that's paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, paypal.me/UMARTHEPSYCHOLOGIST, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist, or hit my Apple Pay using my cell number 215-989-9858. 215-989-9858. I've never asked the people for $1. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I have never asked the people for $1 in my life. I've only asked you to donate to the FDMG Academy for Boys. I don't have any sons. I have 2 daughters. So the FDMG campaign is a selfless project, mission, and service to provide our boys with the education that they deserve. But right now, I don't have any money because my account was frozen by my bank because someone has been trying to hack into my account, hack into FDMG Academy account. So the FDMG Academy account is frozen. My personal account is also frozen. That means we're going to lapse on our utility bills. We're going to lapse on our internet bill. We're going to lapse on a lot of our bills at FDMG. The bank is not giving me a timeline as to when this situation is going to be resolved. If I don't have Cash App, nor does FDMG have Cash App. I do not have a Cash App. I only have Apple Pay and PayPal. If you can spare a few dollars, send it to my Apple Pay, 215-989-9858, 215-989-9858, or my PayPal, paypal.me/Umar the Psychologist. Although Leo season is off to a rocky start, brothers and sisters, we will overcome. Shout out to all my donors. Newark, New Jersey, I'ma see you. Nat Turner, I'ma see you. Mobile, Alabama, I'ma see you. New Orleans, Louisiana, Hurricane Katrina, I'ma see you. Kenya, January, I'ma see you. FDMG is coming. We just got to lay down on floors, brothers and sisters. Lay down on floors, and we applying for a certificate of occupancy. I don't have any money in my pocket because my account is frozen. If you could send a few dollars to Dr. Umar for Apple Pay or PayPal, I would greatly appreciate it. Black Queens forever. Snow Bunnies never. Enjoy your weekend. Leo season forever. Peace and Pan-Africanism.
And engage.
All right, guys. God. I'm glad I watched the whole thing. I'm glad I sat through the whole thing. I said I'm glad I watched the whole thing because I think it's good to hear him out. Isn't it bad that so many people say this is phony? Yeah, isn't it a bad thing when people are saying don't give him money because they don't believe him? And why don't they believe him? Why don't they believe that Dr. Umar is being straight up and on the up and up, and that what he's saying is trustworthy? Yeah. Why are people saying that they don't believe what he's saying? I don't know, but maybe because he's been collecting money for the last 10 years or so. I don't know. He says he's never done this before. He never asked for money before. Any money he asked for wasn't for him. It was for the school. Folks, if the money is for you or the school, it's still for you because you are the person that's in charge of the school. You're the one building the school, right? So if the money is for the school, you're making a distinction without a difference. You have access to the monies that people have been sending for the school, and you can just say it's a business expense. This is a business dinner, it's a business lunch. Like, people with brains can figure out how corporations or businesses or organizations work. You have expenses. So you mean to tell me you've never used any money from that fund personally? Because I don't think people would buy that. Yeah, I don't think people would buy that you're saying that you've never taken money for yourself. It's only ever been for the school. This is your first time ever asking for money for your personal self. I believe you have done that. I believe that some of it, it's just what I believe. It's just what I think, because I have a business. And if you contribute to the business, there are things in the business that still benefit me. It's one entity, right? I'm running a business, though. I mean, I'm selling merch. I'm selling mugs. Maybe he does too. I don't know. I'm not going to, you know what? I'm not going to say he's lying about something happening with his accounts. I've heard other people say that. I'm not going to go with that. I'm not going to talk down to him like he don't know how to invest money. He don't know how to keep his money, whatever. You know, people get hacked. Identity theft is real. That could happen. It's not out the realm of possibility that somebody could have identity theft occur to them. I had an account. Just so happens it was an account that I didn't use frequently that got hacked. I don't know how somebody got my information, was going in, making charges. It took months to resolve that. It took about 6 months to get my money back. But like I said, luckily it was not a main account. It was an account by this bank that actually the bank changed names, right? So, God, I forget the name of it, but it became a different name. It just so happens, when I looked into it, I started looking online, other people were having problems with their accounts at that bank. As if that bank had been compromised. And people were finding out and they were going through the same thing. So when I posted about what happened to my account, there were people contacting me all across the internet going, same thing happened to me. How'd you get it resolved? And I ended up like working with people, telling people what I had to do in order to get my issue resolved and how much time it took. What benefited me is that I have multiple accounts. So one account would not, depending on which one it is, not the main account. You know what I'm saying? But you get my point. I'm not going to say it was just because I'm more enlightened or anything like that. I'm not going to talk down to the brother about it. I'm just going to say, I'm sure you just learned to be diversified. You ain't got no choice. We do too much work online. Too much is online. A lot of people have all their financial stuff on a computer that's not even online. So it is what it is. But if they hack your institution from the point of the bank, they go through the bank to hack you, which you won't even know about, okay? Because they can hack the bank or hack a place that has your information stored in a cloud somewhere, and it may be months before they report to tell you that you've been a subject or a victim of a hack. That happens. I know it kind of rocks the boat and it makes this video probably not do big numbers because people want to see Dr. Umar be shitted upon and talk down to like he's 12 because it satisfies their need to see him get dragged. I'm not going to do that. I'll just say, it does say something that so many people don't believe you. It does speak to something that people are doubting your authenticity when it comes to the story. And that sucks to be in that position. And I don't know how you clean that up. I don't know how you rectify that. I don't know. I think that horse left the barn a long time ago. As far as transparency, which is school transparency with funding, all that stuff. I don't know. Maybe just because I'm covering this story late, or maybe because I watched the whole video, and it gave me an opportunity to really think about it. I truly have no idea. I have no idea if he's being honest. I have no idea what happened. I can only tell you what my experience has been, and tell you it's possible. It's highly possible. I won't go as far as say it's probable. I won't say that. But yeah, we all run the risk of waking up and being in the same position. It can happen. Or a similar position. Now, if you're in the position to take care of it, you're in a position where you have money in if you have access to money other ways, maybe you won't be in the same exact position. But I mean being hacked. Being hacked or having your accounts attacked. Now, when he says frozen, I think the terminology he's using may be whack. If your account may be compromised due to suspicious activity, which has happened so many times in my PayPal will contact me like, yo, was that you making that charge? If I go out of town, I go do something, whatever. And if I don't get right back to them, they lock the account. They lock it. I don't know about frozen, but they lock it. Then they talk to me, whatever, they resolve the issue, I give them all the security criteria or whatever, and then that kind of determines where we go from there. Sometimes you might get a new card. Might get a new card in the mail. But I don't know how long that lasts. But if it's your actual bank account, not a card, but a bank account, that's happened. I still have that account. They ended up reimbursing me. It took forever. They reimbursed me. I kept the account. I keep really nothing in it because once bitten, twice shy. So anyway, I just want to say, look, we don't really know. I don't know. If you have information about Umar being, if you have information that leads you to believe that what he's doing is cape, or it's cap, I should say cap. If you think it's cap, that's on you. I'm not going to go out there. I'm not going to jump out there. I wouldn't want anybody doing that to me. I want anybody saying what I'm unable to do and questioning my manhood and questioning my intelligence. I'm not going to get into that. Dr. Umar and I could debate about politics. We could debate about different things, but I'm not going to debate him if he's a man. And if, and over his money. So whatever's happened, I hope it gets squared away. Now, it's what it is. It's almost like if you're not going to rip somebody, it's like, why even do the content? Well, you know what? It shouldn't be that way. I should be able to look at a story like this, and I don't know why I feel like a tinge like, you know what? I hate to disappoint people, but the person who sent me this story, man, I looked into it. I listened to the whole thing, and I just don't think it's kosher to drag a brother who say this happened to him. What if I'd be wrong? What if I'm wrong? What if this happened? And what does that do for me? What does that say about me? What kind of man am I? I don't want to be that guy. I don't want to be that guy. Now, when I disagree with Mark Lamont, when I disagree with the guy from I Mix What I Like, when I disagree with Jasmine Crockett, it's on the facts, it's on the issues, it's on politics. I get heated. But I'm not going to question you about how you handle your life and take away your manhood and all that shit for views. All right, that's it. I'm done. Thank you. Tim Black's Wolfpack in the house. I will say where that damn school at, though. Yeah. Hold on a second. I want to ask you about that damn school. What they doing with the floor? They got to build the floor, but by hand? Do they have tools? Do they have tools to put the floor in, sir? How long does it take to build a school? Damn. I saw buildings and schools be built in a day. Couple days, few days. Week. I saw a house go up in a week. Why this school that you didn't even have to build? You just had to refurbish it. Why is it taking so damn long to refurbish an already built building? Now that, you can be criticized 6 days a week or twice on Sunday, sir, and it's Sunday, so what's up with the school? All right. Next. It don't got no lights. God damn. Oop, that part. That's where he's sleeping at. Damn. Good question. There you go. Now that I can ask. And that's suspicious. Damn. Y'all, man. Man, I love y'all, man. Y'all. Buy Dr. Umar Big Mac meal and get him on the show. No one's ever paid me to come on the show. What is up with this paying people to make out content? Where does this come from? Pay nobody go on no show. Look, guys, I got nothing but love for you. Remember now, don't let anybody take your cornbread. That's your cornbread. Keep your cornbread in-house. And keep your bank accounts information secluded, secretive, protected, confidential, all that good stuff. And don't listen to them. You ain't xenophobic just because you don't like the way our border policies have worked. And, and they're not the better party. Both parties suck, Johnson. They're not the good ones. They're bad too. Sorry. There's nowhere to run to. All right. Nothing but love for you. I want to thank the Tim Black Wolfpack. Remember, become a member. Go join us at jointimblack.com. Join us right here on YouTube. I got nothing but love for you. Hope tonight was a useful night of information. Hope you had a good time. Hope you learned something or got a chuckle out of it or something. You know how to find me. I'm Tim at TimBlackTV.com. I'm Real Tim Black on X and Facebook. I'm Tim Black Show on TikTok and Instagram. Yeah. All right, now. Now I got to go make sure my baby's okay. At the end of the show, I'm always asking, where are my ladies? Where are my ladies? And then I show you them. The blacks. Here they go.